Hey guys, it's me, Cali. Welcome back to another Dice and Deal challenge. Every month, I take my deck of mixed media inspiration cards. These ones are by Kaela Givehand, and a pair of dice. We roll the dice. Based on the amount rolled, we draw the corresponding amount of cards, and then we create a page based on the prompts from the cards. I hope you guys will stick around, and I'll show you how I created this page, and I encourage you to join me. I'll list the prompts at the end of the video, as well as all the supplies down in the description box. So stick around, and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, here we go. I've already shuffled up the cards pretty well, but I'll do it one more time. And then we'll roll the dice and see what we get. Last month we got a 5, and I think the month before that we got 11. So I'm kind of hoping for something in between. Anything below a 4, we roll again. So let's see. What's it going to be? 10. Another big one. Okay. And no, we don't roll again for doubles. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll flip the top one. Write with a paintbrush using India ink or paint. Well, I just bought some new India inks, so this will be a great time to use them. It says I can use chopsticks, skewers, pipette, and bent paper clips are fun too. So let me grab my journal and some ink, and we'll figure out what we're going to write. See you in a minute. Okay, I grabbed my journal. This is a Delusions journal by Ranger. I'll put all the links below. And I had already prepped the page with some masking tape. You can actually see this orange, which came through from last month's page. I did lay down a light coat of white gesso on this, and put some wax paper down. And I am happy to be playing a little bit with my new Dr. P.H. Martin's India ink. I had been using a 20-year-old bottle of ink forever, and I finally decided to get some of these, and I have used them once before. If you don't have ink, you can water down some paint. You can use food coloring. You could go crush some berries. You can always improvise. I like the fact that there's this little stand-up part of the tray here, because I'm sure you guys know how easy it is to knock over these little bottles. Okay, also I grabbed an old-fashioned dip pen, fountain pen if you will, and I have this tip on it right now, like a calligraphy tip. I have a few other ones. I've had this thing for years. I don't know where I got it, but we're going to use it. And no surprise probably to anyone who knows me, I'm going to write down some song lyrics. And it's fall here now, and I'm going to write the lyrics to the song Ramble On by the band Led Zeppelin, and I'll put a link to that below also. So I'm just going to fit as much as I can on the page here, and this will be permanent ink, so anything we put on top of it, it won't, reactivate. So leaves are falling all around. I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, but I just wanted to show you how I'm going to do this. What's your favorite rock band, if you have one? I have a lot, but I love Led Zeppelin. It's time I was on my way. Okay, I'm going to finish this off camera, and I'll see you back here when it's all dry. Okay guys, here you have it. Check out the song if you haven't. It's definitely one of my favorites. And a lot of people think it's about Frodo Baggins' journey in The Hobbit. But other people think it's just a love song. What do you think? I think it's time for us to move on to the next prompt because we have 10, so we're going to be a while. So here we go. What do we got? More writing. Journal with a permanent pen. Well, I did the brown ink, so maybe I should... How about some gold on top of that? I have a gold Sharpie paint pen. I don't know, guys. I think that's what I feel like doing. So golden brown. Golden brown. Let me go get my Sharpie and I'll be right back. Okay, I grabbed my Sharpie gold paint pen. I really like these, but you have to be careful not to press too hard or you will have a puddle of paint. It's an oil-based pen, so this should act as a resist when we put stuff on top. I'm sure we will be. I've decided to just continue with the lyrics of the song. So I'm going to skip the chorus and go right into the second verse. And you can see I'm turning my journal. I'm going to write this way now with the pen. So let's make sure you can see this. I'm going to start right here. Got no time for spreading roots. The time has come to be gone. And to our health, we drank 1,000 times. It's time to ramble on. And then the chorus. Mine's a tale that can't be told. My freedom I hold dear. How years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air. Okay, and there's more, but we're gonna let it go at that. Alright, thanks for sticking with me for that. And we might as well draw the third prompt while we're here. Hope it's not more writing. Add ephemera. Okay. Vintage papers, postage stamps, paper bits, string, vintage clip art, etc. Basically, ephemera is, you know, all those things we get in life that would normally be thrown away. Ticket stubs, receipts, train schedules, that kind of stuff, but it's kind of expanded in the mixed media world. I have lots of bits and bobs in a bag, so let me go grab that and we'll stick it down probably with some aleenes and we'll see what we got. See you in a minute. Okay, I went through my stash and I just grabbed a bunch of different things. I'm probably not going to use like 90% of this stuff, but just so you have an idea, these are old schedules, scratch off lottery cards, things I've gotten from restaurants, old schedules, postcards, tickets, stamps, you know. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use. Maybe the postcards I might rip up. Some of this brown paper looks cool. Instead of dragging out the decoupage, which I normally do, I'll go to the other thing I normally do, which is to use my aleenes, and this is the clear So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to arrange this, so I'm not going to waste your time while you watch me think, but I'm going to randomly place down some of these elements and try not to cover the page, which is always my mission. And when I get all that glued down, I'll come back and show you what I decided. See you in a minute. Okay, before I get to glue in, I thought I'd show you what I decided to use. I took one of those small brown paper bags and ripped it up, and I also took one of the postcards and ripped it up into strips. And of course I spoke too soon because I am going to use my decoupage. I just think it's going to be easier with some of this thinner paper. So I'll just show you one or two strips and then I'll continue. But I'm going to try as much as I can to let that background seep through a little bit. But let's just lay some down. And because the postcard paper is a little stiff, I've taken my spritzer bottle and I'm just going to kind of spritz my paper just to loosen it a little bit, if that makes any sense. Should help it lay down a little better. So here's a piece of the postcard, and I'm just going to get in there with my fingers. And lay this stuff down. Okay, and yeah, even that doesn't want to lay down, so I may have to wrestle with this stuff for a little bit. And these bags were for cutlery in a restaurant. They had like knife and fork in them, so I just grabbed them because, you know, we got to save everything. Yeah, you know what, this postcard paper I'm really going to make super wet because it does not want to stick. Much better. Okay, I'm going to go around the page and I'll see you back here when that's done. Okay, this is how it turned out. Very exciting, right? I just did the bags and the postcards, and of course now this is wet, so I am going to let this dry overnight again, and in the meantime let's check our next prompt so I can at least prepare for that. Doodle. Doodle, doodle, doodle. Okay, well, I'll be back in the morning when this is dry and with something to doodle with. Maybe I'll do a paint pen again. I have a white Sharpie paint pen. Interesting. Okay, I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay guys, I decided to use these oil pastels. I've had these for years and years and they're just tucked away in a drawer, so I said, you know what, these might be a good resist also, and instead of using a marker I figured I would use these. So I'm sticking with the brown theme. I even pulled out a black here, but these are just different ones. I have no idea where they came from, but here they are. So I'm going to randomly just kind of do some spirally doodles all over the page. And that's going to be my big move here. A little hard to go over those ridges. Alrighty, and that's going to be that. Should I do a different color? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Maybe I'll even just go around. Yeah, I always do that. I think I'll be done and then I'll continue. Let's just kind of edge the page. We have so many more prompts to go, but this could be cool. Always a nice exciting journey figuring out where we're going. Okay, that's where we went. Let's do the next prompt. Add acrylic paint. Well, I'm kind of happy to see this, and let's do that. So let me go take a look and I'll be right back. Okay, I went back and forth with this step. I really didn't know how I wanted to do this or what color. So I just decided I'm going to use my Delusions bubble stencil. I use this a lot. Covers the whole page nicely. And I have some apple barrel acrylic paint in palm leaf. Again, I went back and forth with browns and different golds, and I figured we had enough brown and gold. So I'm just going to put some gloves on, and I have a little makeup sponge, and we're going to do a little stenciling. So let's do that. And just put it in my palette dish, and little teeny tiny. And I'm just going to make sure I don't have a lot. I don't know, guys. It's just a journal page, right? It's not that serious. Anyone who knows me knows I have a tendency to overthink everything. I'm going to cover up all of our white space back there. And this is actually very pretty. Alright, so let me finish this off camera. I'll give you an idea of what it's looking like right now. Oy, not in love with it. But we have a lot more prompts to go, so I'm going to keep at it and I'll be right back. Okay, here you have it. I am really less than thrilled. I'm wishing for some spray inks right now or something to, I don't know. But this is the in-between stage. Sometimes your art goes through the ugly stage. We have reached the ugly stage. While that dries, let's pick another prompt and hope for some salvation. Add gel medium or modeling paste through a stencil. Let dry. Add fluid paint over it. Well, I think that might be just what we need. More layers, more paint. Okay, let me get some supplies. Okay guys, let's go for it. I grabbed my Liquitex modeling paste, gel medium. I'm going to have to get some more of this. And one of my favorite Andy Skinner stencils with like gears and cogs. And I'm going to cover the entire page. So I'll just show you on this end and then I'll continue across. I have an old palette knife and I'm going to try to not make such a mess, but we'll see. I'm just going to kind of smear this on. I also have an old credit card we can put over the top too. Maybe we can save this page. I never know if we're gonna get a focal point in the card. So I never know if I should just try to make one. This is looking pretty cool though. What color paint should we cover this with? Should I go back to my original idea of the golds? Maybe bring out the color of these cogs? Okay, it's getting to where you can't see. I'm going to cover the whole page. I'll see you back here when this paste is dry, and then by then I should have decided what color paint. Okay? I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright guys, is this busy enough for you? I do kind of like how it breaks up the busyness of the back, but as far as fluid paint goes, I just decided somehow I'm feeling the golds today. I pulled out some of my DecoArt Elegant Finish metallic paints. This one's in Rich Espresso and this is in Champagne Gold, and I mixed them together in this little bottle I have here. This is actually a fine liner bottle. You put paint in and it has this tip where you can write with it. They're actually pretty cool. I think I paid a whole $1 for this. But yeah, so I mixed the paint inside of it, and I'm going to just kind of, I added a little bit of water to make it even more fluid, and I'm just going to squirt this on the page. The modeling paste is like 95% dry, so let me just, I'm going to take it from the bottom here and just kind of do this. And we'll see, maybe I'll even make it, oh my god, you guys. I do have my a makeup sponge. I don't know. I'm going to make this really wet. I hope there's a prompt that comes up that's going to save this page, but we'll see. See, I'm just running with it, guys. I was hoping that the gold would catch on the gears, which it is. Yeah, this might be alright. Okay, I'm going to keep running this back and forth like this until hopefully I cover the whole page. And then I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so I officially hate it. I'm really uncomfortable with this page right now, but one of the things I committed to when I decided to do these challenges was that I was going to see it through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I wasn't going to just put out the pretty pages, and who knows, we're not done yet. I think we have 4 prompts left. I would love to cover this with some like brown spray ink, or I almost went in with some watered down brown paint, but it just, I don't know, looks like camouflage to me, messy camouflage. I'm going to stop complaining. Let's pull a card and see what we get. Oh yeah, just what we needed. Numbers. Okay, should we do another stencil? Or should we do some stamping? Oh, choices, choices. Not loving that prompt either, but you win some, you lose some. I'll be back. Okay guys, I grabbed some stencils, and I have a bunch of different ones. These are all from Deco Art, Andy Skinner, and I'm going to use some of these. I have little Tim Holtz ones too, but I probably won't use those. Who knows? And I thought, what's the worst that's going to happen is we make a bigger mess, right? Now this does have that guy's face there in the middle, and I'm going to spray around him. And I did decide to grab some of my spray ink. I'm going to try to salvage this. I didn't have any brown, I was surprised, but I do have this dark green. I have a Delusions in some kind of green, and oh, cut grass. This one's After Midnight, and this is a permanent Deco Art in purple, but I'm going to try to stay away from that. So let's just go in with the green at first, and I'll show you the first couple sprays, and then I'm going to do this off camera. Let me try to cover this guy up here. We have an assortment of numbers, Roman numerals. And I'll spray around in here. Maybe I'll add a little bit of that blue too. This is numbers and extra. Dun, dun, dun. Just a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, what's the worst that's going to happen? We make more of a mess. I'm just going to turn this over onto my page right next to it. Oh, you guys, this is going to be a tough page. Okay, I'm going to carry on here and try to salvage this the best I can. I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, if I didn't like it before, I really don't like it now, but I'm going to be optimistic. Maybe we could still pull this out. It's a lot more green, and we did cover up the white that I wasn't happy with. Can't really see that there's numbers, but occasionally you can. I used 3 different stencils, 2 of the Andy Skinner, the big ones that I showed you, and 1 of these little Tim Holtz. I just used the number part. And I used, which I showed you before, the Delusions, which are not permanent. This one in After Midnight. This is in Cut Grass. And then No Project's Complete Without a Deco Art Media Mister. These are permanent. This one is a Shimmer Mister in Turquoise. And then I used this one in Yellow Green. So there we have it. I don't know, guys. We have 3 prompts left. Let's be hopeful that we can somehow pull something, you know, even a focal image on this, you know. I would love to do like a green man or some mushrooms. I don't know. But let's see what we're going to do. Oh, I love when that happens. Alright, this says add collage elements. Doesn't say a focal point, but let's see. Newspaper bits, dictionary pieces, magazine images or words, fabric bits, bits of scrapbook paper, junk mail, stickers, labels, tags, photos, transparencies, rub-on, etc. Okay, there's hope yet, you guys. Let me go on my stash and pull out some collage, and I just got happier because I really thought this was going to be really ugly. And it still could be really ugly, but now it's got a better chance. See you in a minute. Okay, I haven't made any definite decisions yet, but I thought I'd show you what I'm thinking of. I recently got this calendar at a yard sale, so I may cut out a butterfly or 2 or 12. I also have, when I get Happy Mail, sometimes I'll scan it just to keep the images. These were some die cuts that I had received in some Happy Mail, so I may cut out some of the fairies. There's some mushrooms there. These are all maybes. Again, some Happy Mail. I got these cool borders. I may try to incorporate that. I'm trying to think. We have 2 prompts left, so I'm not sure what we're going to be left with. I also have this bag of really cool die cuts and things that I've received in Happy Mail. Flowers, stuff like that. So I'm thinking some kind of a woodland scene. I'm not sure, you guys. We'll see where it ends up. And I'm going to try to use my Aleene's tacky glue. There's so much texture on this page right now, and it's raised up, that I may have a problem trying to glue down some elements. So if that happens, or I need to, I can always, this is like kids foam. I could always glue it on top of here just to give it a little bit of a base and a cushion. So I have a pair of scissors. I'm going to start cutting out things, and I'll be back and show you how I've arranged them. This could take a while. I'll let you know. Okay, guys, this is what I wound up with, and as per usual, I had to stop myself before I covered the whole page. I think that I'm starting to like this now, finally. What do you guys think? Again, there's so much texture going on behind this stuff, but okay, what did I use? And it says Metamorphosis down there on the bottom, which I also took from the butterfly calendar. And I'm, you know, again, I'm not afraid, but I'm aware that we have 2 more prompts, so I'm a little cautious, you know. I wanted to get a focal image on, and we were able to do that. And I did put, as part of the collage, this little bit of a border piece down on the bottom here. So we don't have room for too much more. But I used the this big butterfly from the calendar. These mushrooms actually came from a mushroom textbook. And the fairies were the copies of the clip art Happy Mail I had gotten. And this flower back here also came from the butterfly catalog. this die cut cardboard, which I went over with my Tim Holtz Distress Stain and Vintage Photo. I use this stuff all the time. I love it. And I also put that on the Metamorphosis. I'm not one for words usually, but I figured it was really appropriate because this page has, you know, evolved and metamorphosized, if you will. So that's that. And oh, I also took the I went around everything with a Stabilo pencil in black, and I just activated it with my water brush to kind of outline everything. And I kept reactivating the Delusions ink, which is always a danger, so I kind of have that all over my hands now and smeared it everywhere, but just gives it that aged look, right? Okay, you guys, 2 more. This was a long one, let me tell you. It was tough for me. I don't know about you guys. Here we go. Use your favorite rubber stamp. How are we going to be able to stamp on top of all of this stuff? My favorite rubber stamp. Okay, I don't have a favorite rubber stamp, so I'm going to go grab one that I think I'll be able to work with here. And who knows if anything's going to show up. But we'll figure it out. Okay, use your favorite rubber stamp. Be right back. Okay, I went through my stash and I just kind of grabbed some leaves and like nature elements. This is like flowers and a butterfly. And gotta have a swirl, right? And I thought I would use brown ink, so I have this Stampin' Up! Pad in chocolate chip. And I'll just show you, let's see, take this one, just some leaves, and maybe add that to the bottom. I don't even know how this stuff is going to show you guys, but right on top of that border. Can you even see that? Let me do one again. So it kind of looks like, you know, there's grass growing there, or it's just more mess. But either way, I'm going to continue around the page until I feel like there's enough, and I'll be back to show you what that's looking like. And then we have the last prompt. Can't believe it. Should I have done a lighter ink? Nah, I'm sticking with it. See you in a minute. Okay, just as I thought, you can't really see the stamping at all. I mean, maybe if you got up close with a, you know, a microscope, but other than the border on the bottom, it really just blends in. But I did stamp over every free area, so all in here and on the edge over here. It is what it is. Can you tell I'm ready for this page to be done? And guess what? Last prompt. I don't even know. Here we go. Add a 3D element. Isn't this all a 3D element? What else can we possibly add to... Oh, man. So like more collage or something... Okay, guys, I think my head hurts. Maybe I'll get out some more of these die cuts or something. I saw some butterflies or, yeah, more butterflies, just what we need. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I decided to do the butterfly cutouts, and like I said, I stained them with that Vintage Photo. And I also highlighted with a little rub and buff. This is metallic, like a wax finish. And just brought out a little of that. I re-outlined everything with my Stabilo, including the butterflies and the mushrooms and the Metamorphosis. And I have to say, you know, we started out on a rambling journey, and this is where we wound up. So the very last thing that I'm going to do before I call it done is just put a protective coat on. I've never used this one for my journal pages, but I'm going to give it a try. Obviously do this in a well ventilated area, but this is a clear satin finish, so I'm hopeful that'll keep it nice and protected and slightly shiny. So listen, I hope you've enjoyed this. I encourage you to stick around and play, and check out the prompts, check out the Facebook group. I'll put all the links below, including all the supplies I've used. Yeah, this really was quite a journey, and I'm glad you were here with me. So give me a thumbs up if you're inclined, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Peace and love.